Hi, boys and girls. Today I want to read to you a story called Round is a Tortilla. How many of you know what a tortilla is? Well, a tortilla is a large, round, flatbread pancake made from corn flour dough. So it's made from dough, or it's also made from wheat, and it gets baked on a hot surface and it turns out flat and round, just like these on the cover. And tortillas can be eaten just like that, or they can be used in different ways to make different things. For instance, a taco. How many of you like tacos? A taco is a folded tortilla. The soft tacos are just that, tortillas that are folded. And the harder, crunchy kind of taco shell is a tortilla that's been fried to a hard consistency. So, anyway, I want to read this story to you. There's two things that I find really fun about this story. First of all, it allows us to put our lookers on, to be investigators, to look for different shapes. Did you know that in our everyday lives, in your home and outside, there are shapes everywhere? And so this allows us to look in the pages of this story and see a lot of different everyday objects that have different shapes. The other thing I find really fun about this story is that it has a lot of Spanish words in it. Now, we learned a little bit about Mexico and how the official language that people speak in Mexico is Spanish. But in our country, the United States of America, a lot of people speak Spanish too. Our country's official language is English, but so many people that speak Spanish live in our country too. So I've always found it super fun to learn words in other languages. So I hope you'll join me in the reading of this story and learning some Spanish words and spying shapes everywhere. All right, so here we go. Round is a tortilla. This story was written by Rose Ann Greenfield Thong and illustrated by John Parro. Now, the fun thing about this story is that the author, Miss Roseanne, she actually was offered a tortilla by her neighbor when she was only 4 years old. She had never had one before, and she had a very kind neighbor who said, "Would you like to try a tortilla?" And guess what? She didn't say no. She was excited to try something new. How about you? Do you like to try new foods? Well, our author, Roseanne, as a 4-year-old girl, wanted to. And so she tried the tortilla, and guess what? She loved it. And she's been eating tortillas ever since. All right, let's start our story. Round is a tortilla. Round are sombreros. Round is the moon. Round are the trumpets that blare out a tune. Do you know what a sombrero is? It's a hat. Do you see the hat right up there? There you go. Sombrero is a hat. Round are campanas that chime and ring. What do you think a campana is? Yes, a bell. Round are the nests that swallows sing. Round are tortillas and tacos too. Round is a pot of abuela's stew. Who do you think abuela is? Yes, this lady right here. And who do you think she is for those children? How are they related to her? An abuela is the Spanish word for grandmother. So that's their grandmother making stew for them. I can name more round things. Can you? What other round things do you see, boys and girls? Maybe a table, a bowl, a cup, a pitcher. What about a pot? Right there. Lots of round things. Square are the letters. We know them well. Square is a board game to help us spell. Does this game look familiar to any of you? Some of you might have it at your homes. It's called Scrabble. It has lots of letter tiles and they are shaped like squares. And right here, right over here, it's spelling out the word for family. The Spanish word for family is familia. Can you say that? Familia. Right, that means family. Square are ventanas that give a view. What in this picture gives a view? A window, yes. Square are ventanas, that's a window, that give a view. Square is my clock and my photos too. Square is the park and the Zocalo. That means the square in the middle of the town. Square is a fountain from long ago. How many square things do you know? Look at all those details in that picture. Do you see any other square things? I see square tiles around the fountain. What else do you see? Rectangles are carts with bells that chime and cold paletas in summertime. Ooh, what are those things the children are holding? Paletas is the Spanish word. What is your English word for those? Popsicles? Yes. Stone metates inside our casa help us grind our corn to masa. Yes, the metate is a tabletop that's stone. Inside our casa, casa is a house, and then it says, help us grind our corn to masa. Masa is corn flour. Rectangles are flags that fly above the scoreboard way up high. How many rectangles do you spy? Wow, well, I spy 5 flags, but I see lots of other rectangles. Do you? The scoreboard, some of the buildings. What else do you spy? Triangles are crunchy chips for guacamole and other dips. Oh yes, those crunchy chips are called tortilla chips, and they're made from tortillas. The tortillas are baked, and then they're cut and fried to make tortilla chips. Triangles sail on the breeze. They line the shore and glide on seas. Do you see a lot of triangles there? The sails on the sailboats. How about right there where my thumb is? What is that? A tent, yes. Lots of triangles. Sandias chilled in tubs of ice. Quesadillas by the slice. Now I know some of you love quesadillas. That's where your mom or dad maybe takes a tortilla, or maybe you help too. And you put cheese inside, and then you fold it over or put another whole tortilla on top. And then you melt the cheese. Maybe your mom puts it in the microwave or in the oven. And the quesadilla is just tortillas with cheese inside. Triangles can beat the heat. What other triangles can you eat? Think about it. What triangles do you eat? Pizza, yes. And what about right there? Yes, that's watermelon. Exactly. Oval is my favorite locket. See, she's being handed a special necklace called a locket. A locket is a necklace that opens up inside and you can keep a picture or something special in it. So it says, oval is my favorite locket, a special pebble in my pocket. I find ovals at the store. Huevos, which is the Spanish word for eggs, olives, beans galore. Can you name a couple more? Stars for parties, stars for light, lining streets with colors bright. There are so many shapes wherever you go. How many more shapes do you know? The end. Well, it's a great reminder that in our world where we live, in our homes and outside, we see shapes all the time. Like when I was getting ready to record this video, I noticed that behind me there's an old license plate from when we used to live in North Carolina, and it's shaped like a rectangle. Yes, and then you'll see next to that what kind of ball is in that mitt. A baseball, that's right, and that is round. So, my challenge for you is to look around your houses, look around your yards, wherever you go with your mom or dad, look around and see how many shapes you can find.